Here we go. All right. Happy New Year, Britt.
Happy New Year. How are you? How was your New Year?
It's good to turn the page,
Right.
right? I'm ready for it. So before I have you go, I'm just going to let our audience know that whether they're watching live or the recording we're going to send out, that it's my honor and pleasure to introduce you, Britt. You're the boss lady from Boss Lady News. You're a TV producer, you're a real estate agent, you're an activist and a mom. And you're here to share with people the joy of home ownership, to help us we're not wasting time, right, Britt, to get off to a great start for the new year, right?
Not wasting time at all. It is 2021, and officially we want people to start thinking now about homeownership, about the benefits of building their wealth, and how to do that, also with life insurance and protect it with life insurance.
Okay, well, we'll get to that later, but focusing on home ownership. So what's the state of the market right now, Britt? During COVID is kind of a scary time. There's a lot of fear of foreclosure. People are uncertain. So is it a buyer's market, seller's market, time to hunker down and wait market?
Well, it depends on what the people are really looking to do. So if you're looking to buy and hold, now's a great time to purchase and hold, because anyone who's looking to sell right now is definitely in a bind. They have to sell. Typically, even outside of COVID, winter, fall, it's not really a high impact time. So it's not really when people are looking to have these transactions. And because it's not a buyer's time or a seller's time during this season, anyone who is selling because they have to. They're selling because they need to. So anyone who's in the right position to be able to purchase definitely wants to jump in and do that.
Okay, and so you were talking about with me about getting a foothold into quote unquote exclusive neighborhood, right? So talk about in terms of, are you talking about first time home buyers? Who are you focused on right now at the beginning of the year?
So in the beginning of the year, it's important to kind of know who you are in general. And I think that with the property that I'm looking to do an open house for on Sunday, there's a lot of young people that don't realize that they can own. They don't have to be renters, but society doesn't tell them that the first thing they should do is really look at being an owner, right? Society says you go to high school, you go to college, you work for somebody else, and then you get your own place, right? And when they say you get your own place, if you're not coming from a family that owned their own home, then you're not really coming from a place of knowing that you should own, or having that passion to own. So then when it comes time to looking at where you're going to be living after college or during college, most people aren't looking at home ownership. So I'm really focused on more young people starting their generational wealth with home ownership, and young professionals, young entrepreneurs, young families. They might have one child, might be pregnant with another one on the way, but really looking at how are they going to long term be able to kind of build their wealth. And wealth generating comes from ownership. There's not a product out there that you can own and then rent out to somebody for additional income, or own and then sell to somebody for additional income. And I think more young people need to know about this.
So I think a lot of young people, and maybe even older people like me, somehow think that home ownership is out of reach for young people, or at least there's a conflict, because if you're young, you're seen as like either having no credit score at all, or maybe not a good one. You don't have as much money, so you have to like get a house maybe in a town or city that you don't necessarily want to live in, but because you're young, you want to live near the city, you want to live in a good place. So it's like you rent in the nicest place you can when you're young, so you can enjoy being in a good neighborhood. And then when
Right.
you get older and have money, then you're able to buy into a good neighborhood. So what's possible for somebody young like that? What are you saying? Are you saying that the possibilities are bigger than people think?
Absolutely. Most people work on building their credit, right? Without actually knowing what's on their credit report. So then when people talk about wanting to one day own a condo or a single family or multifamily, most people want a multifamily. But when they
Right.
start talking about those things, it's this far-fetched idea that they'd love to be a part of, not realizing that it's not as far as you think. If if you're 18 years old and you want to own by the time you're 20 or 21, it's possible. It's absolutely possible.
So this event you're having on Sunday, what are the parameters? What are the minimal qualifications somebody needs to have? Do you have pictures you can show? Like if I share the screen, I mean, I can share the screen from you if you want to, or, you know, who's the right person? And by the way, anybody who comes to your open house with a code, what's our code? We forgot. What are we going to say the code's going to be?
I think the code should be 2021.
Okay, if they come to you with 2021, you're gonna have a
Yes.
prize for them, but also they need to check with me so we make sure you have enough prizes, right? Because you're gonna
Yes, we
have
do
a
want
lot of
them
people.
to register,
Okay,
whether it's with you.
yep.
Ideally, they'll be able to register with you
So
if they're
what,
going to
yeah,
email you, or how are they going to register with you?
yeah, so it's just Kirsten at sparks3.com, KIRSTIN. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give them my other email, kmartin at fisheragencies.com. But what's your email address? And they can just mention me and the code to make sure that you
Yeah.
know that
So
they're, give your email
my
address.
email address, since you all, well, some of you may know me, some of you may not, but it's very simple in terms of the other side of my professional world, which is TV production. So
Talk
that's
about that
Boss
for a
Lady
minute.
News.
Talk about that
And
for a minute. Talk about that
yeah,
before we,
okay. So bossladynews@gmail.com is the email, but
yep.
bossladynews.com is the website. And I highlight individuals, I highlight small
Somebody's
businesses.
coming in, Aliskio Day, we're gonna let him in, okay?
Oh, yay, yay. Absolutely. All are welcome. All are welcome. So I am my TV production highlights individuals. So if there's something special about somebody that a person would like me to know or highlight, I'm able to do that. I also highlight small businesses. So if you are an entrepreneur and you would like to get your business out there or known to more Bostonians, I like to highlight small businesses just to give them a platform. And then I also highlight nonprofits because very few people actually know about all of the resources and all of the nonprofits that are out there to them. And so I highlight nonprofits, and then I like to highlight events. So even if it's a Zoom event, I like to let the people know that there's, awesome events going on out there that they might be interested in participating in. And so that's what Boss Lady News is all about. I've been doing that for goodness, about 5 years or more now.
Where's
And
the
I think it's
ambition?
important.
And what are you doing it for? What's the goal? What's the ambition of that? What's your vision for Boss Lady News 5, 10 years from now?
Yeah. The vision for Boss Lady News, well, I'm not interested in letting go of any ownership. However,
And
the
you when you
mission for
pass
Boss
on to
Lady
the
News,
next life.
right. The mission for Boss Lady News is definitely to be an independent TV production platform that is able to help locals and really kind of find the diamond in the rough or find the elegance that's out there and give more awareness to that. So in 5 years from now, Boss Lady News, everyone will know about it. They will be going to bossladynews.com to find out about the special people that are in the Boston area, Massachusetts, the small businesses that don't really get a platform, and the nonprofits that are available. So everyone will be going to Boss Lady News to find out about what's going
Thanks,
on in the
fam.
communities.
Happy
So
Yeah.
So I was gonna actually go there so I can show your website, but
Mhm.
are you still there? For whatever reason, I'm having some Google. It's just so anyway, we can look at that in a little while. But so talk. There are two things I want you to talk about: this property on Sunday and this event that you're going to have, this open house. If you
Mhm.
would like, while you're talking about that, I can go on your. Actually, I can give you screen sharing if you want to show any pictures or anything. But talk about that particular property and who the right buyer is for that, what the
Mhm.
minimum qualifications are, but then in a bigger picture, talk about who you are as a realtor and how you're different, what you bring to the marketplace that didn't exist before.
Right. So the property that we're showing on Sunday is really a once in a lifetime opportunity at this price to get a condo in Newton, and not just Newton, but Newtonville. So you're really in the heart of Newton. And there's so much that's around. You've got everything from the nail salon, the hair salon, the barber shop to restaurants. There's grocery store down the street, there's a bike trail. I mean, the location is so perfect and smack dab in the middle of Newton, however, not far from Route 9. So it's very quick to be able to hop onto Route 9 and get right into the Copley area, downtown. You can also make your way over to Watertown. You've got the Newton Library, Chestnut Hill Mall isn't far from it. But what's great about it is it's 1,100 square feet. It's got laundry inside of the building. It's got your individual personal parking spot in the back, and heat and water essentially is included in the condo fees. And it's only going for 555, which is a great number to go into 2021 with, but it's only selling for 555,000 in Newton. And I can tell anyone who's interested in this property that you're buying into equity already. So, why is the property so low? The reason the property is so low is honestly because the seller is looking to sell, no longer interested in being a landlord. And, when you get to a certain point in your life, that isn't your interest anymore. And
So
so, right
now,
now,
so now a, a pause here for a second. So is there a tenant in there right now that the owner buyer would inherit?
nope.
No.
So,
Okay.
right now, there's no tenant in there. However, ugh, so many people are looking for rental apartments. There's a huge rent pool, tenancy pool. And anyone who wanted to
Okay.
purchase this as an investment property, it's not going to be difficult to find a tenant.
Okay. So with
Anyone
that in
who wants
mind,
to purchase it and buy and hold it for themselves, you're
yeah.
buying into equity because they have literally built, I mean, 2020 buildings around the property, and one condo that has two bedrooms is going for 650,000 or more. Fully renovated, they are beautiful. This property is not currently renovated. This property, the owner's no longer looking to be a landlord. So you've got value in this property.
So Britt, anybody who is even remotely located near Boston understands all those places that you mentioned. But there are a lot of buyers that could be all over the country who maybe can't go to the open house in person on Sunday, but or maybe, other parts of Massachusetts. Talk to an out of town person. When you said Route 9, Chestnut Hill, talk about like where Newton is in relation to Boston, what kind of a demographic, what kind of cultural, why is Newton so important and why does it seem
Yeah.
like it's a rather pricey place to live?
Yeah, so Newton is one of the wealthier communities in not just Boston, but in Massachusetts. So in Newton, you have everything from, one of the Boston College campuses to luxury mansions, mini mansions that are actually in the Newton area. So it is one of the wealthier neighborhoods. Not to say that Boston's not luxury. However, you've got a lot of diversity in terms of income levels in Boston. In Newton, you are hitting more of like the upper echelon of income levels. So anyone who could get in at such a discounted rate is really buying into one of the wealthier communities in the area
At a discount.
at a discount.
Okay, all right. So talk about why did you're a TV producer, you're an activist, which I want to hear about some of your nonprofits, but when did you get into real estate? Why? And what are you doing that other realtors aren't doing right now? Why should people
Yeah,
contact you to, like, whether or not this property is awesome, but if they're a buyer, they're a seller, you can help them find other properties, right? Or other buyers. So what is it about you? Why should they work with you?
right. So, I mean, like I was kind of saying before, there's a lot of people who, if you don't know or aren't familiar with home ownership, then you don't really get into being a homeowner. So I lived with my grandparents. And so I grew up with them kind of struggling through owning a two-family home in Dorchester. And what I learned from that is, little did I know that after they passed away and we had to sell the house, I would be chasing my home ownership all over again, because I only understood living in my own home, something that I would own. So as I was renting, and I had gone from maybe one or two apartments before I really started to realize, I want to own my own property. Like I
How
don't
old were
want.
you? How old were you when you owned your first property?
When I owned my first property not too long ago, we actually just purchased. We've been here for about 3 years. And so if I were to count backwards, I'm going to say mid 30s because people think I'm younger than I probably am.
Yeah, you look, I was gonna say.
But mid 30s is when I purchased our first property. And, you know, it really was because I wanted something for my children and for myself. I
Yeah,
really wanted the freedom of the responsibility of owning. Like a lot of people don't, or they think they don't want to own because, oh, you have to take care of the roof on your own now. But little do they know, if you talk to a contractor, roofs don't go every year, every 2 years.
right.
Roofs last for 10 years, 20 years before sometimes you have to even do work on them. Oh, well, if something happens with the pipes or the toilet or the plumbing, that's all your own responsibility. Well, I started to realize that my landlord was also taking trips, going outside of the country on the dime of my rent. So not only was the landlord able to pay for the roof and able to pay for the plumbing if something were to mess up, but they were able to pay for vacation with our rent. And, I'm not mad about that.
Right.
But the more I started to realize, him going on trips, sorry, the
That's okay.
more I started to realize him going on trips, um, I realized that it was really off of our dime, you know? And again, I wanted to own my own property. I grew up in a two-family home. My grandparents rented out the first floor. They actually rented out to a veteran because my grandfather was a veteran. And so that's kind of ingested in me as well, is to make sure that we are able to help some of our people that are in the community that might need more help or more assistance.
Yeah.
But they rented out the first floor to a veteran, and they kept that two-family home until they both passed away. And the income from the sale of that is what I was able to put aside until one day I'd be able to own.
Yeah.
And that's what we can do for our next generations.
So talk
That
to me
is
about,
the power.
right. So when you said 555, that's a good deal for Newton, but it still might seem like a stretch for a young person. What is the minimum? What is the minimum? What are the minimum qualifications someone needs to be able to have a chance to actually buy that condo? Like
Right,
income, savings, money down, credit score,
right.
just to kind of, be realistic.
Yeah. So a lot of people think, first of all, let's debunk this down payment, right? Your deposit. Most people think they have to put down 10% or 20% on a property. Absolutely
No?
incorrect. That is a conventional loan. That's how much you would put down for a conventional loan. If you are a first time home buyer, no matter what your income level is. If you are a first-time home buyer, there are first-time home buyer discounts or different types of loans that can be used because you are a first-time home buyer. You
Wow.
can have $1 million and put down 4% on a property. But what banks are looking at is they're looking at your credit, they're looking at your bank statements to see how you're spending, and
Yep.
they're looking to see how much you have saved.
Yep.
So if you do have some money saved, you can potentially own a piece of property. So there's three things that a bank is really looking at. What's your credit score? So there's a program called the One Mortgage. And what's amazing about the MHP or the One Mortgage program is that, again, no matter what your income level is, if your credit score is at a certain amount, which I believe, and I would like people to look this up, you can also reach out to the One Mortgage program directly to find out. But I believe as long as your credit score is 640 or above, you can actually get a loan that is 3.5% that you're putting
Wow.
down on the property.
So
So
now, so now, Britt, if somebody, have you ever had a situation where a would-be home buyer's credit was not as good as they expected? Is there a way to clean up credit? Are there organizations that can help someone improve their credit score? Because maybe there are, errors, or maybe things have fallen off, are dated, or do you have any experience with that?
absolutely. So we have a few different individuals or companies that help people not just with hiding things on their credit score
Right,
to push up their credit score. Those are predatorial credit repair companies.
right.
But what we're trying to do is help people understand their credit report, first of all. What's on your credit report and what can be cleaned up off of your credit report. So understanding your credit report is the first most important thing. And
Because I actually,
anyone can go to annualcreditreport.com and you get a free one every single year. You get a free credit report from all three credit bureaus. It's annualcreditreport.com and you can get a free one every single year. And this will allow you to begin looking at what's on your credit. Before you think about what the score is, you want to know what's on it.
I will tell you too, when I, a few years ago, bought a house with Tom, I had very bad credit because of previous divorce and being an entrepreneur. And I hired service that just helped me actually remove things that had been inaccurate or had been like, X amount of years ago. So like you said, not hiding things, but just a lot of times you can just update your credit, get
Mhm.
rid of things. And there are a lot of errors a lot of times that people don't realize. Right, but still
Right.
640 is not, I would have thought it would have had to been a lot higher. So you're saying you maybe 640. So that's one thing, credit score. So you're going to say there were two other things people need. Like how much of a down payment would you say minimum? Is it, you
I
said
would
4%?
say I would say if people have been saving, then great. If they haven't been saving, what you want to do is look at how much are the homes that you kind of look like that. How much are the homes that you like? Okay. So I encourage people to start window shopping right now. Start window shopping. Okay. You want to make sure that you're looking at, do you want a condo? If you do want a condo, what are the prices of the condos in your area? So you would take the price of that condo and you can say, all right, I want to try to save maybe 5% of that. So you take the price of the condo, you figure out what is 5% of that, and then you check to see if you have that saved already or you work towards saving that. That way you at least have 5%. And if you're a first time homeowner, there are loan types that will allow you to put down anywhere from 3.5% to 5%. And then you'd be moving into a conventional loan if you're able to do more than that, or if this is your investment property or second home.
Okay, great. So now back to, so are there any other qualifications? What kind of income should someone be earning to carry the mortgage on a property like the 555 in Newtonville?
Right. So if you have in income in Newtonville, I'd say about 70,000 a year,
Oh, that's
which
not that,
that's a
not that bad.
right. So if you have about 70,000 a year and you're looking at purchasing, everyone's calling me now. Thank you.
There you
I
go. That's
don't.
right. It's booming.
If you have about 70,000 a year, Newtonville is definitely a city that you can be looking into. And right next to Newton is also Waltham, which is a less expensive city. But on the other side of Newton is also Chestnut Hill, which is another wealthy city in the area. So if you're around the 70,000, you can definitely take a look at what might be available in the Newton area. And I would honestly say, if you guys want to connect with a lender, just feel free to reach out to me. Again, bossLadyNews@gmail.com. You can reach out to me. We can connect you to a lender. Most people are very afraid of connecting with the lender because when you connect with the lender, then it becomes more real. The home ownership opportunity just becomes more real because the lender is the entity that's giving you the loan. But the lender is also going to tell you what they need you to do to be able to get a certain amount of money. They're going to tell you, we need you to clean these specific things off of your credit report because the lender will look at your credit report. They're going to tell you what they need you to do. They're going to tell you how much money needs to be saved if you want to purchase a piece of property at 600,000. If you want to purchase a piece of property at 400,000. They're going to tell you how much is needed or they're going to say how much they need from you. So connecting with the lender is it's almost like it's really one of the first steps. First, you connect with your agent, which is me, and then we would connect you with a lender. And the lender will tell you exactly what you need to be able to purchase. A lot of people are afraid, but once they get that key in their hand and they've signed on the closing, I mean, it's a breath of fresh air because now you're walking into your own piece of property. The price of the mortgage is not going to change. And even right now, people who are owning are paying less than people who are renting. I'm going to say that
I'm
again.
gonna say, because my mortgage is so much less than even living also for a 3-bedroom house than somebody would be renting for a 1-bedroom apartment. So you're
Yeah.
right. But so back to that for a second, because you're giving me so much great information. I'm forgetting to follow up on my own questions. So there are people outside of Boston. So to give them an idea of that location, how prime it is, how far away is Newtonville from Boston? How, what other area? You did say Waltham's next door, which is also a big
Mhm.
metro area, but talk to me about Rhode Island or just kind of to give us a geographical idea.
Okay. So let's start off with Logan Airport, right? So when people land at Logan Airport and they want to make their way out to Newton, you're looking at about a 30-minute, 35-minute drive on Route 9. And what's awesome about hopping onto Route 9, the Mass Pike, is it's going to bring you right to Newton also. So you're looking at a 30-minute ride home from Logan Airport. For if you want to go into the Copley area or the downtown Boston
And
area.
Copley area, for those who are not from Boston, explain what the Copley area is for those who are out.
Oh, so if you're looking for luxury shopping, you want to go to the Copley Mall, you want to go to the Prudential Mall. That's where you'll find Newberry Street is right on that strip. That's where you'll find a lot of like shopping. Those are kind of like the go-to places during the warmer seasons
Mhm.
where people want to kind of just, enjoy themselves. They might window shop, they might do actually shopping. You've got a seating area. There's a Tesla store down in the Prudential area. You're going to find your Apple store over there. So Boylston Street, Newberry Street, Prudential Mall, Copley Mall. Those are your luxury shopping areas in the Boston metro area.
And how far are
And
they from Newtonville? How far is Copley then from Newtonville?
So Copley to Newtonville, again, Copley's right off the Mass Pike as well. You can hit Newtonville in about 15 minutes.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Now, is
and
there public transportation near Newtonville?
yeah. So what's beautiful about this location is that when you leave the front door and you turn left, you're walking just to the end of the block and there's public transportation. And
Really?
so you can hop on the bus, you can hop on the train. So if
Really?
you walk to the corner
The Green
and
Line?
there's a bus stop on your right, and if you walk down on your left, you'll be able to hit one of the Newton train stations
And that's like the Green Line or something?
off the Green Line. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. So now,
Yeah.
and so we understand you have a passion for real estate. So what do you bring to the table that wasn't already in the Boston market? Why is it that your phone's going to be ringing now and everyone's going to want you to be their agent? What is it that
Yeah.
I know what I like about you, but I want you to give like the real estate lingo about.
Pitch. So the reason people enjoy working with me is because I think it's my maternal instincts, but I am a hand holder. And so people can text me late at night. They can call me with any concerns. Text is always easier. But I encourage people to ask me whatever questions they might have. Don't hesitate on the time because I'd rather them get their questions out to me so that I can answer them than them be holding on to a question that they forget to ask. And I'm a hand holder. I enjoy going to look at properties with my clients. I'm not one of those agents that's just like, okay, well, there's an open house, you can go, and always have my client going to the open houses on their own. I allow them to go to open houses on their own. I also enjoy going to open houses with them so I can help them kind of look at what are some of the important things that they're looking for in a property. Not just the wall color, because if you like the wall color, somebody else painted that. And guess what? You can paint the walls yourself. But also looking at some of the more important things, like are there drafty windows? Like the structure, are there any structure or foundational problems? Is there any water leaking into the basements or the lower levels? Even on a condo, you want to check the basement. Is there anything going on in terms of if you're buying a house and maybe the roofing does need fixing? Or I've been to properties where a gentleman foretold that, or forked over the information that he had worked on his bathroom himself, but he didn't do a good job. So the toilet left a stain because there was water leaking from the seal of the toilet's bottom. So you look up at the ceiling and you're like, well, what is that? You might think the house is beautiful except for that, only to find out that he fixed the bathroom himself. So all that needed to happen was have a professional come in, check the owner's work to make sure if it's good or if that needs to be corrected, but just paint the ceiling.
Just paint the ceiling.
Just paint the ceiling.
It's a simple solution. Okay.
Simple solution. So I'm a hand holder,
Yeah.
and that's what kind of makes me different from a lot of other agents. I'm not chasing a commission check. I'm really passionate about people understanding that ownership is really generational wealth. That is how the United States elite have been able to kind of stay where they are. It's because of them owning their own properties and owning investment properties.
So what you're saying is, instead of fighting the elite, you're bringing more people into the elite world, is what you're
A
doing.
seat at the table.
A seat at the table, that's what we're getting to. So, because I was gonna say, wait, you're talking about luxury shopping, but heck yes, you're talking about luxury shopping. You love luxury. You love to live a good life, right?
Yes,
So,
and many people do, and many young people do too. I'm not telling a young person not to live their life and spend their money how they want to spend it, but also understand how to spend your money for the
right.
future.
Yep. So you don't have to choose one or the other. Okay, so do you want to try to show any pictures for your Sunny open house? Because I think you have shared screen privileges. See if that'll work. If not,
Okay,
you can tell me what to go to and then I can share my screen.
let me
Yeah, I can even
see.
go on your Facebook and look on there.
Yeah, let me see if I'm able to share this with you. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, I absolutely can.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay, so wait. Yep. Oh, that's great. Okay. So now you look sideways, but that's okay. All right.
Oh,
I don't know that
should I,
happened. How that happened. There you go. Woo!
is it
Are
still
you
sideways?
dizzy now?
Huh?
Are you dizzy now from spinning around? No, I'm just kidding. All right. So take it away here. This is great. If you can blow it up a little.
Are you able, does that work when I do that?
Right. Okay. That's good. Anyway, we can see the pictures. Go ahead and kind of, there you go.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
So
Yeah.
this is what it looked like prior to,
Beautiful.
yeah, the person
It looks
leaving.
bigger.
So
It looks bigger than 1,100 square feet.
it's really, really big. So when you first walk in, you can't see the bay windows over to the left, but there's so much sunlight. Like
Oh,
the lights are not even on in the living room right now.
really?
What is, no, the light's not on in the living room. That is how much sunlight, that's how much light actually comes through the windows. There's 3 beautiful windows and it oversees the city, it oversees the community. And you do not need your lights on in the living room during the daytime because it's just that bright. And then you can see down here, this is the kitchen. So it's really not a kitchenette. It is a full-size kitchen. You can actually put a seating table, a 4-person table in the kitchen. There is stainless steel appliances. And over here, it's kind of blurry, but over here on the counter is actually a chopping station. So there's a wood piece, a wood cutting board that's actually in the counter for
Very
ease of being
convenient.
able to do, yeah, you're preparing your meals.
Now, do
So
you
I
have
really
a
love,
video or something that you can share too?
I do have a video, yeah,
Oh,
I have
look
a
at there. There's
video.
more pictures. Hold on. So,
Yeah.
so go ahead. Tell us what you were seeing here.
So here is 25 Highland Ave.
Okay.
And when you first walk up, it is the first door closest to off of the main street.
Left
And
or right?
yep, it's on the left. So
The
when
left.
you first walk up, well, depending on what side you come from. If you're coming from the main road, it's actually going to be on your right.
Okay.
If you're coming off of Mass Pike, so if you're coming off Route 9, it's going to be on your right.
Okay.
And it's 25 Highland. So I showed you the living room, but these bedrooms right here, so there's 2 large bedrooms. And what's amazing about these bedrooms is they fit those are king size beds. They fit king size beds with additional space. So this bedroom that's on the top, that is a walk-in closet. So not only do you have the sliding doors, but if you go into the closet to the left is a shelving unit. So you can put your purses, you can put your shoes, you can put any of your
Nice.
special, accessories over there. And this large bedroom, the previous person was able to set up a whole ironing station so that she was preparing herself through the day. She had her ironing station there. It wasn't close to the bed. Like these bedrooms are huge. And the second bedroom, the one in the bottom, again, you've got a king size bed and you've got so much additional space. They also had a desk in that room. You can't see it in the picture, but they had a computer desk in that room as well. These are great sizes. You've got your full bathroom. It's very comfortable. And here, when you walk down to the lower level, you've got your washers and dryers. So this washer and dryer is not for all of the units, and there's 24 units in there total. This is the washer and dryer that's only for that side. So each side has its own washer and dryer. And then you have your parking in the rear.
So when
You have
you
your
say
own
the
parking
side,
spot.
is that one So how many households are sharing the laundry?
You've got 2, 4, 6, 8. You've got 8 households that are sharing that laundry.
Okay,
And most of the people that are currently living there, there's maybe 1 or 2 people living in each unit.
okay.
Yeah,
Now, if
so it's
somebody wanted to add a second bathroom, is there space to do that in the condo?
absolutely. I would add the second bathroom in
Yep,
one of these 2 bedrooms. I
yep.
would even suggest that if you wanted to make it a Jack and Jill bathroom in between the rooms, you
Oh,
could.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yep,
you absolutely could.
or could you put a bathroom in each bedroom if you wanted to get really wild and crazy?
If you didn't mind making the bedrooms a little bit smaller, you could put half bathrooms in both.
Yep, yep.
That way each one of them did have their own bathroom, or you could do a master bathroom in one of them.
Okay, got it. That's great. Okay, keep going. I'm all ears. So what else do you want to show us here?
So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to stop sharing here and I'm going to see if there's a way, share content, that I can, website URL. Let me see if I can do this. What is the URL? I might have to pull the URL for a second. Give me a minute. I'm going to go off video and I'm going to see if I can pull the URL.
You can check out your Boss Lady newsroom while you're looking for your video.
Yeah. So, Boss Lady News. So I am on YouTube also under Boss Lady News, and a video of this condo is available on there.
Did you find it? You want me to look for it?
So I'm going to see. I found it. I'm going to see
Okay,
if I can put it in here
okay.
for all to see. Let's see if that works.
Oh, yes, it is. Here we go.
Okay,
Okay, take it away if you just want to push the play button here.
there we go.
Okay,
So now that the place is empty, you're going to see what it looks like in its totality.
okay. Do you want to hit the play button again?
Oh, is it not playing?
Yeah, it's not playing.
Okay, on my end it is
Oh,
playing.
it
So
is?
yeah,
Hmm,
I'm going to
here
stop
it
it
goes. Yep.
and I'm going to hit play again. Or I wonder if you have to hit play. Oh, because I don't have the play button anymore.
No, you don't. Okay, so let me see. You know what? Britt, let me share it. So unshare that. I'm gonna go ahead
Okay.
and find it. You said I have to look at, it's YouTube, right? Boss Lady News, just I go to YouTube.
Yep, you just go to YouTube and you go to Boss Lady News.
Yep,
And
here
I'm
we
standing there in another green dress,
go. Okay.
just realizing I'm either in green or
Green
red
is
for
your
some
color.
of
Oh, there
these
you are. I love
photos.
that dress. That's a beautiful dress. Okay. So, okay, here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to share the screen. Give me a sec. All right, can you see that, Britt?
I see it.
I'm gonna do a full screen. Here we go. Oh, this is without the, so you showed it with furniture and this is without the furniture.
Correct.
Nice. Oh, and those are hooks on the wall?
That is a stationary shelf for wine glasses.
Oh, great.
The bedrooms are almost as big as a dance studio.
And there's nice greenery outside. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's the walk-in closet. Now, this is the second floor. This is all on one floor.
This unit is on the second floor. It's all one level.
It's on the second floor, all one level. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very cute. Okay, awesome. So,
Yeah.
so what time is the open house on Sunday?
So the open house is going to be.
Wait a second.
How you doing, everybody? We're on Highland Avenue right now in Niagara Falls, New York. This is
Turn this off.
April
That's
11th,
not letting me.
2015.
Hold
It's
on
my
a
birthday,
second.
actually. But
That's okay.
That was
Someone's birthday video.
Right, free food giveaway on Highland Avenue. Okay. So, all right. So now, back to you.
Oh, so the open
going on
house is
Sunday?
going to be Sunday from 11 to 1 p.m., 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the location is 25 Highland Ave, and that's in Newton. And if you need the zip code, it's 02146, I believe.
Okay.
And I'll make sure that if anyone wants to visit Boss Lady News, Britt Johnson on Facebook, I will make sure that that open house is posted there. So you all can either comment and say that you're going to make it, or you could register with Kirsten and let her know that you'll be able to make it. And hopefully we can get you a gift while you're there also for 2021.
Yes, and if they, so also, Britt, if I, am I able to put my friends and you on a text message? Is that okay if somebody's interested? So then I'll just say, hey, this is Kirsten, this is so-and-so, Britt, meet so-and-so, and then is that okay? Also, they have your numbers, they can call you. We won't put it out
Absolutely.
here, but somebody gets in touch with me.
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing the insight. So basically you're saying home ownership is well within reach of more people than believe.
Absolutely. Home
And-
ownership is as luxurious as buying those red bottoms. It's as luxurious as getting that, Marc Jacob wallet, or getting that Tiffany's ring or piece of jewelry. Home ownership, you can turn that into your own piece of luxury, and you can invite your family over, you can invite your friends over, and it really is a breath of fresh air.
Thank you so much, Britt, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Yes.
See you later. I'm going to send this around.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.